about 9 to 10 years ago, we did this initiative called Prayer in the Park. And what we would do is we would meet a group there at Municipal Park in Mobile every Saturday morning for a solid year, and we would pray through the Psalms. And as we prayed through the Psalms, we would meet people. There would be a passerby who would sit and join us every once in a while. There was a couple of times where there was people actually who needed prayer, who were going through things. There was a group that remained faithful to it for the whole year. There were those who would come and visit, but we prayed through the Psalms, and as we prayed through the Psalms, what we saw in the Psalms is we saw raw life. We saw real life. And if you read through the Psalms, you'll see every kind of emotion in prayer that you could possibly imagine. You see repentance, you see absolute sorrow, you see praise, you see plenty, you see little, you see decision-making processes, you see all kinds of pleas and praises to the Lord. And as we were praying through that, as we were going through that, we were actually going through some things ourselves as a result of the recession that happened before that. It finally hit our home, and it actually caused some financial issues in our lives. So I ended up having to quit my job here and go travel, find a job somewhere else, and my family actually went with me. In hindsight's 2020, and looking back on it, I can see how God led us in that direction. He would bless us. He would keep us together. We traveled throughout the Southeast and over into Texas and all for the next, 5.5, 6 years together. But the wife and the kids, they moved back home and ended up selling our house and buying this piece of property and moving out here and all those things. But the whole point is we saw life as we saw it in those Psalms that year that we prayed through the Psalms in the park. You see, they would come back home and they stayed at home during the week, and I would travel back and forth to my job out of town and come home to see my family on the weekends, which was a bit of a struggle in and of itself. And today's, as I think back on these things, the reason I'm thinking back on these things is today is my first day back home to where I don't have to do that anymore. And I'm very, very thankful to God, and it's got me reminiscing about those things, about how we prayed that year and saw those emotions of life. And for the next 8.5, 9 years, we would see those things in our own lives. See, God opened our eyes through prayer. Through that prayer, that particular year of prayer, and through continued prayer. There's no doubt other people that was with us has been blessed in the same way, and I would like to actually hear about those things if you were there and you went through it with us. But as for us, it actually brought us closer to the Lord. It helped us to see that He is indeed in control. And it isn't, I don't want to make it sound like it's some materialistic type thing, because it's not. I can look back and I can actually see how God has built our faith as a family and my faith as an individual through everything, because hey, we've messed up. We haven't been perfect at all. But through our journey these past 8.5 years, He's remained faithful. He's always provided. He's always helped us to see through the eyes of faith when we can't see what's in front of us. He's continued to help us to be able to be still when it's time to be still, and to be able to see those open doors when those doors come open. You see, prayer, a one-on-one relationship with God, is absolutely imperative to be able to see those things. A lot of times we don't know why we're going through the things that we're going through until we look back and we're able to see, because we asked. We continue to seek. We continue to knock. And we look back and we see, my God, how would I have ever made it without you?